Warzone is at one of its worst times in the history of the franchise. Today, I just want to kind of go through my thoughts and just what I think they could do to potentially revive the game franchise when it comes to Warzone. So, Verdansk is out in about, I believe, 6 to 8 weeks here, and I really do think they have a chance to kind of bring back their player base, but there's just a few things missing. As someone who literally started playing Warzone, making content, that was my first game I ever made content on, to kind of looking at this 4 years later, I look at it and I'm like, you know, it's pretty sad that the game's not in the state it wants to be, and there's a few things I think why. So what made Warzone so successful back in the day, in my opinion anyways, was just the fact that it was something new. It was a battle royale, but you could use your own loadouts. It was something new to it. The map for Verdansk itself definitely had some faults, but it was a great time, great map overall. And just, you know, I think it came out at the right time during COVID, and overall it really did kind of hit and everybody loved it. Then over the years it started to decline. Now the biggest issue I have is the hackers. Why? Because hacking in that game, I'm a competitive gamer, right? When you have hacks in there, it kind of funnels down, because when you have hacks in there, then the rank play doesn't get as good, and just overall you can see the top players, the people trying to grind the leaderboards, they're just miserable when they play the game. So I think one thing they have to address is the hacking kind of issue, okay? But besides that, I'm gonna leave that now because that's a massive issue, but I don't have a solution for that, right? I'm not someone that could kind of help with that. There's definitely things I have in my mind that I think could help, but let's leave that for now. Hacking is definitely a big issue, but the actual game itself, let's say there was no hackers, what could the game do itself? I think a big reason I stopped playing the game is just these small things, but like, one, there's so many little bugs in the game, okay? Just silly little bugs that I think, again, they just cause frustration in the game. Another thing is just like the meta. Whenever you have a game like this where the meta is stale, it just gets boring. The big USP of Warzone was the fact that, you know, you can use your metas, and I feel like you should be able to use a wide range of guns, and that should be the priority. As a Warzone dev, as someone balancing the weapons, you should be able to use 3 ARs, 2 SMGs, 3 LMGs, things like there should be a wide range of metas where they could all compete at their own kind of, with their given advantage. That's a massive thing. And the next thing is game modes. The game modes get so stale, the map is so stale, and I don't understand why. For example, when we're playing solos, we can only play, for example, solos on Area 99, where, you know, we can't play solos on the other maps, or this or that. Like, when they keep on kind of having game modes there temporary, especially the core game modes like solos, resurgence, I just don't understand it. As someone that loves playing solos, that was a big part of why I stopped playing Warzone, because they would, you know, they would go through weeks where I legit couldn't play Warzone solos unless I played big map. There was no resurgent solos, so stuff like that I definitely think need to be addressed. And overall, I think the game could be redeemed if they fix the meta, add a few more game modes, make it more creative and stuff like that. I'm going to go through another video where I think, you know, some more ideas, but for now, these are kind of some of the ideas I think they just need to fix to make Warzone back to its best and bring the player base back to where it needs to get to.